Hello, hello, and welcome to Tea with the Queens. I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited for our next guest, which is an awesome lady, an awesome entrepreneur, awesome author, just an all around awesome person, which you will get to know very well in our interview. And I just thank her for just taking time out to come and to pour into us and to share with us with Tea with the Queens, where we transform, we empower, and we acquire the skills that has been given to us so that we can have full, productive lives personally and in our business. So I would like to bring up Miss Maryann Rivera-Dannert. Hello. Ooh, I'm
Hello.
sorry I kicked you out.
It's
How are
okay.
you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for taking the time out to be with us today and to share with us and to pour into us. I know you have a lot to give us, and we're going to take it all in. So, on that note, I would like for you just kind of tell us a little bit about who Maryann is.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I truly appreciate it. So, who is Maryann? That is such a loaded question. I am an author. I'm a speaker. I'm a certified life coach. I'm also a visionary author. I'm a mother, a wife, a grandmother. I love traveling. I am someone who has faced a number of adversities throughout my life, but I did not let those things stop me. And I have used all of those things that I've experienced in life to push me and get me into who I am today.
That's awesome. 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 So, let's kind of I'm just going to jump right in and talk about being an author. So that's kind of how I met you as far as being an author, being on an anthology, and then realizing that you have a vast, amount of books that you've been a part of and that you are, doing, working on. I mean, yeah, author really stands out for you. So if you can just talk about your 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 journey as an author and just kind of get us equipped with some of the things you've done and what you got getting ready to come up.
Fantastic. So it's actually funny that you're asking about, the different books that I've written and how that journey got started because I actually took all of my books yesterday and I put them in order by year. So there are all these books that I've been a part of. And it started in 2016 by my business coach back then. And she put together an anthology. It was called Woman Woman Sister Chronicles, Womb Sister Chronicles. So it stands for Women Overcoming Men Blues. And it was all about
Wow.
unhealthy and toxic relationships. And when I tell you that I got hooked into writing, I got hooked into writing because all you are doing is writing your chapter according to whatever the theme of the book is, whether it's 500 words up to 3,000 words, depending on the book project. And that's it. You just submit it. It's edited. They send it back to you to revise, and you're done. You don't have to worry about nothing else. So I find myself saying yes more often than I probably should to different projects. But the wonderful thing about it is, number one, that you're only sharing a part of your story. And then number two, you get to network and meet different individuals, whether it's the visionary and then the different co-authors. So I have friends all over the place because I connected with so many different amazing women. And then I actually decided to step out and become a visionary author myself. So these are the ones that I have put together. So this was my first one, In the Pursuit of Fearless Living, Pivoting from Life's Uncertainties. And then the second one was What is Fearless Living? Because I also have a podcast. And at the
Yes.
end of my podcast, I used to ask all of my guests, what does fearless living mean to you? And God put it in my spirit to make it into a book. So I want to say it was almost 30 individuals that were part of that project. I created that. And then the one that I'm truly excited about is the one that I did in Spanish. So I actually took all of my chapters in the various anthologies and translated them into Spanish. And that's the beautiful thing about anthologies also, is that you own your chapter. Your chapter is yours. So you can do whatever you want. So I actually took my chapters and translated them into Spanish and created a Spanish book for my Spanish family and my Spanish community. So that's how I got started in writing, and I may be doing a solo book.
Wow. You know what? I'm new to anthologies, which I participated in, a few, but I never realized that that is such a great idea of
Yeah,
taking them and putting them in a book. So if you hear that and you know some anthologies, find out what their, requirements and rules and regulations are. You're going to do that first. We don't want no legal issues.
right,
And take that and to create a project that will tie in a lot of different things all in one place. That is,
right.
look, I'm telling you, you learn something new
Yeah,
every day. I did not know that, but like I say, I'm new to the game,
yeah,
so I'm learning along the way. But wow, I'm gonna put a pin in that one. So as I get a little more in tune to the anthologies, then I keep that in mind for myself because I'm a newbie, but I have
yeah.
participated in quite a bit. So I would like to talk about one that we shared together that's getting ready to come up, the beautiful face of the invisible illness. So
Yes.
what is that? What made you decide to participate in that particular anthology?
So number one, it was the visionary Nadia, because she is fabulous. And if you don't know who Nadia Manzano is, you need to get with it because she is amazing. Um, and then as someone who has struggled with, my story is about rheumatoid arthritis. And a lot of, growing up, you would think that was like an old person's disease. But I was actually diagnosed when I was 13, 14 years old with juvenile arthritis.
Oh,
And as I got older, it actually morphed into rheumatoid arthritis. And the struggle was a lot, especially, as a teenager, because you can't do certain things. And of course, your parents think that you're making it up. The doctors are not listening to you and things like that. Thankfully for me, because there's a history in our family of arthritis, my mom knew that I was not joking, and she knew the signs and things like that. So she advocated for me. She helped me. We went to the doctors, push, and push, and started the process, of dealing with the arthritis.
wow. So well, that's one of the things that I remember when I was growing up. I would have when I would walk in the halls of school, I would have a pop in my leg, and
Mm,
my grandmother would always say, "It's probably arthritis. It's probably arthritis." It wasn't arthritis,
yeah,
but at the time, I'm like, I'm 13 years old. I'm 12 years old. What
right.
am I doing with arthritis? But I just remember, even remotely getting close to that kind of pain what that was like. If somebody young, and you don't realize that because if especially when you're young, you're just used to playing, running, um, skipping. I mean, whatever the case may be, but you never think about the chronic pain behind something like arthritis because it's not common. It's just
Yeah,
not
and
common.
not only is it not common, and you're dealing with the pain, there's something about arthritis pain that it messes. And I think people who have arthritis can relate to it. It's a pain that messes with your emotions and your feelings,
Mm,
because it's like a dull pain, and it kind of like shoots like sharpness to it. So it's kind of hard to explain, but it also affects things that, depending on where you have the arthritis. For me, I have it in my collarbones, my elbows, my hips, my knees, and a little bit on my fingers. So things as simple as brushing your hair, brushing your teeth, putting lotion on, you can't do because it hurts. So it's such an excruciating pain that happens, and it messes with you, with your confidence and your self-esteem and things like that.
Yeah, especially being a young lady, you know, especially being a young lady. And I don't know, um, so you say rheumatoid, I don't know what kind, actually, kind of, can cause a little deformity, but I know that some, experience that.
Yeah.
Now you're talking about being teased and picked on, you know, kids are cruel. They don't understand that, life happens. So,
Right.
yeah. So, can you talk about a little bit? I know it keeps sticking with the author. I'm gonna move past that, but it's just amazing what you have done. What about the project that you had released? Is it your first anthology that you've done with Fearless Living? That's the first one.
Yeah.
So we
Yep.
have
So
Fearless
that one
Living
is
on the shirt. Yes. So
Fearless Living.
what brought that idea on?
So it's called In the Pursuit of Fearless Living, Pivoting from Life's Uncertainties, because oftentimes we have goals. We have a way of thinking that life, should be. You grow up, you go to, you graduate high school, you go to college, you meet someone, you get married, get a job, and you live happily ever after. But something happens that you are faced with a decision that you have to make, whether someone has passed away. If you're married, you get divorced. If you've been told that you can't have children, then all of a sudden you find yourself pregnant. You have a child and you might end up having another child. You're working, you're loving your job, then all of a sudden you're either terminated, you're laid off, something happens. So, and because of the coaching that I do, I have come across a lot of individuals, particularly women, that have their life plan, but something happens, and the decision they have to make is, which way do I go? Do I go down this path because it's simple and easy and I know what the outcome is going to be? Or do I take a risk and a chance and go down this path and just see what the unknown brings to me? So I got the idea, together. I pitched it to a few individuals. I ended up having 21 women say yes to the project from all around the world. So there's two individuals. There's one from Dubai in that book. There's one from the UK. And then the other ladies are spread out through the United States. And again, it was kind of like, okay, I did it. It felt great. The feedback was amazing. It made Amazon's bestseller #1. So we did that. And then, I put a pause and I'm like, okay, well, let's slow down a little bit because I'm always on the go. And then I decided to create the new one that we're going to be doing together.
Yes. So let's talk about that one because I'm very excited. Um, I'm very excited, and the message behind it, and the purpose for the book is going to be, it's going to be pulling, but I'm excited to share the story as well. That's where the healing comes from. So
Yep.
let's talk
So
about
that, yeah,
that.
definitely. So that one is called, again, the subtitle is the same. The big title is the same, the main title, In the Pursuit of Fearless Living. But this one is going to be called Losing Love, Friends, Family, Relationships. Because again, we all have some form of relationship that we're in, whether it's with a significant other, whether it's with a friend, our children, siblings, a job, and something can happen. Either the individual passes away, there could be, some form of death. You could lose your job. For some individuals, their pets, mean the world to them. It's like their children. So you got to put the pet to sleep. Um, some form of tragedy has occurred that you have lost that love. And loss means something different to everyone. So for me, I didn't want it to be just about like a romantic love, like losing, your spouse or, your divorce or something like that. I just wanted to have a diverse view of what loss was in different topics. So there's individuals that share different things. I'm super excited. So again, it's about losing love, what happened, how that loss impact and change your life, and how did you overcome, those feelings, and where is the individual today? And also providing hope for the readers, because I want all of my books to just be more than a book that you read and put away. I want it to be more of a guide. So also providing tips that the viewers can immediately take action on so they can start the healing process.
Yes, yes, and that's very important. I don't want to give my chapter away just yet, but it's what I was thinking about is talking about something that, well, I'm going to be talking about something that isn't something that a lot of people think about
Yeah.
as far as loss,
Yeah.
and there's so many different ways to feel, to feel that loss and to grieve those different relationships.
Yeah.
Um, I will say this, that sometimes when you're, moving on and you're doing different things in life, you tend to lose, relationships of different kind, and they hurt. And I don't think that a lot of times we talk about that part of the pain as well. These,
Yeah.
it's yeah. I'm excited about this project because I don't want to
Yeah.
give too much away because I'm still working on it. Plus, the element of when you see it, you be like, oh, I like that. I don't want to tell you yet
Yeah.
because I want you to critique me yet. So we
And the thing
let
about loss too, it's kind of like, people, especially when it comes to like friendships, when you lose a friendship, people say, people come into your life for, what is it, a season or reason or a lifetime. But the thing about it is that even if it's for a season, you still are grieving and you're still mourning that
yeah,
relationship because it's a loss.
right.
Yeah.
And that's so true. That is so 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 true. So
Yeah.
true. Yeah, so that kind of tapping into my area, but I'll leave it at that.
Yep.
But yeah, that is we go through that, and it's be very 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 painful.
Right.
Because it is not. Sometimes it's like you said, it's just time to move on. Sometimes you just got to move on, and it's for a season, so
Right.
you have to be okay with that.
Correct.
Yeah. So this is about to be an amazing project, and when we get close to and unleashing the project or whatever, we're gonna go live, and we're really gonna we can bring others on that want to participate, and we're gonna really talk about uh, this book, and we really 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 are going to share the impact that it's going to have you know to those who receive the book, and a lot of times people really, they think they know what the book is about just by looking at the cover. But
Yeah.
yeah, words are deep. Don't just look at the surface of something, but look at the deepness, the depth of a word. Fearless
Right.
living. It means so many different things. So many different things. So, but I'm excited. I'm excited. What I want to talk about now, what I want to share with us, I want, because a lot of women that I may talk to, they're not particularly coaches, but being a certified coach, I want you to share that and share your business and what it is that you do with us. Discouraged. I want
No,
everybody
don't
to
do
see
it.
us,
No.
but I'm gonna go. Yeah. Okay. So getting back. So can you tell us about your coaching program and tell us how we can, benefit from this coaching program and the name of your coaching program and where we can find your coaching program.
Definitely. So my coaching, I actually got into coaching because talking to different friends, they were all experiencing something, and they would come to me, asking for advice, what would they do? What would you do? And things like that. Um, and I was transitioning from having a photography business, and in speaking to my coach, she asked me, well, what do people come to you, and what do people usually ask you advice on, and things like that. So we talked, and she said, well, you should be you can think about being a life coach. And I was like, well, what is a life coach and what do they do? She said, well, you're actually already doing it. You're just not getting paid for it. So she helped me, start the business. And it's a 3-step process. So it's realign, actually release, realign, and restart. So it's 6 months, And what I focus on is releasing what is no longer serving you, so you can make space for the newness. And then we're restarting your thought process. We're, changing that mindset. And then you are restarting your life over again with the tools that you have gained and the new things that you know. And it's all about, personal coaching. So I meet with the individuals one on one for 24 weeks because it's 6 months. Um, and you are going to experience freedom and balance after working with me, because again, it's all about doing the work and
Yes.
lasting change. So it's not, that we're just going to be chatting and talking about the weather. We're going deep. We're going deep. We're going to do the work. Again, it's 6 months, and it's, releasing what no longer is serving you. We're realigning your thought patterns, and then we are restarting with the new tools that you have and working on some goals so that you can become the fearless and fabulous individual that you are. And all the information is on my website, which is MaryannRivera-Dannert.com. And then I also, because, coaching is an investment, there is an investment. And for some people, they can't, do it for whatever reason. But because my mission with my business is to empower women from coast to coast, I created my podcast, because with a podcast, you can reach individuals worldwide.
Yes. Yes. And that's an awesome podcast. And I was a guest on the podcast, and um, she's reaching the masses. I'm telling you, she's reaching the masses. And I want you to tell us a little bit about your podcast and how can someone, get on, or, that has something to contribute. I was going to say that.
Right.
Something to contribute. That's not just get on there, and that's something to contribute, because for real, Maryann is she's an entrepreneur, and she's also, pouring out to us, from her heart. So we want to make sure that we're being fair when we, seek something from someone, that we're, leaving something and we're giving something. We're not just showing up to, just be showing up. No, we're
Right.
going to do this right. So, those who are interested in joining you, or maybe being interviewed, or you have a certain format, or a certain way that they can, probably, you know, meet with you first, or whatever, share about your podcast. What's your name of your podcast, and some of the things that you may talk about on the podcast.
Definitely. Thank you. So my podcast is called Fearless Fridays with Maryann, and there's new episodes every single Friday. It is now in 9 different countries, and I have shifted actually. So starting in April, I will be joining a podcast production company. So super excited about that. And I'm going to be in 25 different platforms, but right now it is on Apple, it's on Samsung Podcasts, it's on YouTube, it's on Pandora, it's on iHeartRadio. It's all over. It's all over. So if you just Google Fearless Fridays with Maryann, you will find it there. It's all about empowerment and providing inspiration to individuals that have overcome some form of adversity. So whether it's divorce, whether it's sexual abuse, whether it's domestic violence, whether it's teenage parenting, whether it's homelessness, drug addiction, suicide ideations, whatever type of obstacles, and you have done the work or you are doing the work, and you can shed some light into that and provide some hope and inspiration to the listeners. That's the kind of guest that I would love to have on my show. They can go on my website and just shoot me a contact email. Let me know that they're interested in why they want to be on the podcast, what they have to offer. And also, it's not just for women, even though I primarily work with women. I have had male guests on the show also, because they have some insights to share.
Yes, yes, definitely, definitely. So you hear, and the website is down below, and I'm going to have, of course, all your information available, your websites, books, whatever. I'm going to, make sure that the audience know who you are, and that we can support you, and that we can, learn from you, and some maybe even partner with you because
Yeah.
you're doing some great things. I partnered with you because I see it, and I'm like, I want to be a part. You want to be a part of greatness, and when someone shows you that they're great, without being cocky, you can't help it. If you're great, you're great. But you
Yes.
showed me that you were great, and I'm like, who is Maryann? I would like to connect with her. So I'm so glad that we connected, with each other. Before we go, I got one more thing I want you to talk about, and then again we can, any parting words and. Again, any contact information. If everything is with your website, I have it down below where they can, write down the website and take heat.
Yes.
Go and look at the website because I'm sure that the books are on there, merchandise is on there, connections, the coaching programs are there. Listen, the coaching program, when you have a coaching program that changes the mindset, it's not to be taken lightly. It really can change your life. Take heed to the coaching programs. Every coaching program is not the same, but
Right.
there are some out there who, truly desire to take you to the next level in your life. It's designed, structured that way. So really, take heed into the coaching programs. Uh, we're speaking directly to Maryann's now, but there's a lot out there. But we focusing on Maryann's program, the mindset. Saying, and I like the fact that your program is not fly by night. It's not, oh, we're gonna do it for 3 weeks or we're gonna do it for a month. And, no, it's 6 months. We in this together. We want to make sure that the change is lasting. So,
Yes.
check that out. So I'm gonna put this up here. I don't know if I think I did before, but the empowerment solutions again. So we're talking about your is it MDR?
MRD.
MRD, okay. MRD. Into empowerment
Yep.
solutions. Can you let us know a little bit about that part of your business? So,
Yeah, so it's kind of so MRD Empowerment Solutions is my business, and under that, I have everything that I do. So MRD Empowerment Solutions, it's kind of like the umbrella. So it has my coaching, being an author, my podcast. I also do speaking engagements, and I'm also an HR professional of 12 years. So because of my HR background, I also do mid-level, like mid managers, leadership coaching, and I'm also getting certified under John Maxwell. So I have access to, I believe it's 10 different of his books. And I coach based on those. So communication skills, leadership skills, law of attraction, all those different type of things. So everything is covered under the MRD Empowerment Solutions.
okay, great. Look, I'm looking at how everything ties in. So you hear that empowerment solutions. It covers a vast amount of services, but they all complement each other. So it's a it's kind of like a smorgasbord of similar foods. You say you're going to get full. There's something there that you're going to probably like. It's something there for you. So yeah. So what's next for you? What's coming up next? The next few months, this year. What's next on the horizon for you?
So going back to that love of writing, so I have actually said yes to two other projects. So I have those coming out. So knowing me, I'm probably going to say yes to a couple more. I think by the end of 2024, I probably will be up to 20 different anthologies. I am actually going to be creating a workbook that's going to be coming out probably late summer, early fall. I'm part of one of the books that we're going to be working on. Is called Hot Wife, Hot Life. So that one entails a gala that I'll be going to. There's one that has like a documentary attached to it. So there's some great things happening in 2024.
Good, great. We look forward to it. We look forward to everything. We look forward to the fearless living and really seeing, more out there about fearless living. We really look forward to, really, engaging into your coaching programs. And like I said before, I would, have, all that information below. And, like I said, take a look, check it out. It doesn't hurt to check it out. That's the thing. Don't stay at the same point in your life, and you have all this opportunity for enhancement and change and empowerment solutions. That's what it says. So
That's
on that
exactly.
note, I want to thank you so much. I really want to thank you so much for just giving Tea with the Queens your attention today, and gracing us with your presence, and just sharing and pouring into us. What you're doing is amazing, and I'm just glad, to even be a part of what you're doing. Some parts of what you're doing, and if it's anything that I can do to support you, just let me know. And like I said, we're going to be coming back, and we're going to be talking and going live about this project we're working on, and it's going to be life changing. And stay tuned. So this is Maryann Rivera-Dannert. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.